UFC 300 is here with the most stacked card of all time with 300k bonuses. Let's get to some predictions. The early prelims could obviously be a main card of a pay-per-view. That's how stacked this card is. We've never seen anything like this before. To start off, we have Figueiredo versus Cody Garbrandt. You know, one of my favorites, Cody Garbrandt. A little biased, but I gotta go Cody Garbrandt here. He needs a big win, and he's been on his way back. He's fighting a little less chaotic. I think he's gonna knock out Figueiredo. We got Bobby Green versus Jim Miller. This is an OG scrap right here. It's hard to predict, the kind of Bobby Green that we're gonna see, but it's not that hard to predict the Jim Miller that we're gonna see. I'm gonna go ahead and go with the old guy here. I'm gonna go with Jim Miller. I think he gets it done via decision. We have Jessica Andrade versus Marina Rodriguez. Another tough one to call. Jessica Andrade, obviously one of the best in the division. But recently it seems as though she's out of her prime, and so I think Marina Rodriguez might get the upset win here. Just saying. Headlining the early prelims, we have a phenomenal fight. Jalen Turner going up against Renato Moicano. I don't know how Jalen Turner makes 155, to be honest. And even though this is a good scrap, I feel like it's easy to call. Jalen Turner, I think, continues his hot streak. I think he gets it done in this fight. We got Sodiq Yusuff versus Diego Lopez. I'm gonna have to go with Diego Lopez in this one. He's kind of on a streak right now. I think he's gonna get it done via decision. But again, Sodiq Yusuff could get it done. He's athletic. He's got great punching power. He can get it done, and he can win this fight. However, I think I'm gonna go with Diego Lopez because of his recent work. Here we got Holly Holm versus Kayla Harrison. Kayla Harrison making her debut with the UFC, and I think Kayla Harrison is the breath of fresh air that women's MMA needs right now, in the UFC particularly. I believe Kayla Harrison knows what she's into for this one. She has to deliver. She has to have a big moment, and I think she gets it done against Holly Holm. I think she's wins spectacularly. How? It's hard to tell. Maybe via ground and pound. Either way, I think this is exactly what the UFC 135-pound division obviously needs. Kayla Harrison, a star. Calvin Kattar versus Aljo. Calvin Kattar, I think, has been out for a year and a half. He's making his comeback. A little bit of octagon rust, maybe. Calvin Kattar always comes, to throw down. So he's going to be walking forward. He's going to be looking to put Aljo away. I think, Aljo is a smarter fighter. I think he gets the takedown and he submits Calvin Kattar in this one. Headlining the prelims, we have Yuri Prochazka going up against Alexander Rakic. I think it would be smart here to go with Alexander Rakic because he's shown better work lately, than Yuri Prochazka. Yuri Prochazka, I think he gets it done against Alexander Rakic, and I only say that because I think Rakic kind of fights in a linear path. Yuri Prochazka has a unique stand-up, and he's not easy to take down. So I think Yuri Prochazka knows his back is against the wall. He has to win this fight. I believe Yuri Prochazka catches Alexander Rakic coming in, and I think he wins via KO. We have Bo Nickel going up against Cody Brundage. I think this is an easy one to predict. I go with Bo Nickel. Seeing Bo Nickel live at UFC 290, it's incredible how fast he is, especially on his feet. He's an elite wrestler. That's his base, but his striking is phenomenal and he's only getting better. But again, it's really surprising how fast Bo Nickel really is. I think Bo Nickel gets this done via KO, and I think it's gonna be super easy. We have a fun one, Charles Oliveira facing off against Arman Tsarukyan. Listen, Charles Oliveira, phenomenal fighter. We've seen him get the belt. We've seen him defend. He is a top fighter in the UFC. Arman Tsarukyan, he has arrived, and I'm telling y'all right now, you know, if you guys remember a few years ago, Arman Tsarukyan went up against Gamrot, and I believe he beat Gamrot. He got robbed in that fight. Many people also were commenting that he got robbed. And so I think Tsarukyan is someone you do not want to overlook. And I honestly believe that he is the toughest fight for Islam Makhachev. I think that's the toughest fight for Islam. 100%. I think Arman Tsarukyan gets it done against Charles Oliveira. I think it's going to be by decision. Now we have the people's main event here. Justin Gaethje facing off against Max Holloway. In my opinion, this is going to be the fight of the year. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This will be the fight of the year. I believe Max Holloway will get it done via split decision. That's how tough this fight is going to be. I think Justin Gaethje is gonna step on the gas pedal, and he's not gonna, we know that he's not gonna get off. He's gonna step on that gas pedal and he's gonna come forward. He's gonna have, you know, those leg kicks while he's in a phone booth. And so the problem here is gonna be Max Holloway has one of the toughest chins we've ever seen, and Max Holloway's output is unheard of. And so he's gonna be returning fire, even if it's not as significant as Justin Gaethje's. He's gonna be returning fire, and it's gonna be by bunches. He's gonna have combinations going off, and I think Max Holloway edges Justin Gaethje via split decision. Fight of the year, 100%. In the co-main event, we have Zhang Weili versus Yan Xiaonan. I think that's how you say her last name. Listen, I might not be able to say her last name yet, right? But I think this will be the second upset of the night. Just based on what I've been seeing, especially fight week, I think she's focused, she's laser focused on winning this fight, and I believe she will get the upset. We make our way to the main event of the evening, of course, being Alex Pereira facing off against Jamal Hill. We've been waiting for this one for quite some time. Pereira, of course, has been waiting for Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill picked apart and absolutely destroyed Glover Teixeira in front of Alex Pereira. And Alex Pereira came into the octagon, sized them up, and we all saw it. Now, fast forward, Jamal Hill had the Achilles tear. He has come back from that in a year's time. This is going to be very important, especially leading up to my prediction here. In a year's time. And now we have a situation where Jamal Hill, who has been barking for over a year, saying that Pereira is not that good and all sorts of things, to kick off fight week, goes up to Pereira and has him sign autographs and is asking him what Chama means, and you know, he's being friendly. Fast forward to, you know, weigh-ins and actually press conference, and Jamal Hill's whole demeanor changed. All of a sudden he's barking at Pereira, you know, and he's not being so nice anymore. And Pereira did bring this up after the weigh-in, saying that Jamal Hill came in as the nice guy, wanted autographs, and now he's barking like this, and he says he's gonna remember it. We have this situation playing out. Jamal Hill has precise hands. He is dangerous on the feet. If he catches you on that chin, you know, it's tough, right? I think Alex Pereira, it's gonna be a chaotic first round. It might be round of the year. After the first round, I think Pereira picks Jamal Hill apart. And I want to focus in on one thing. Alex Pereira is known for his leg kicks. He is going to destroy that leg that had the Achilles tear for Jamal Hill. Jamal Hill came back in 1 year. I don't know if Jamal Hill is fully 100% recovered. That's what we're hearing, but we don't know. Either way, it's his first fight back, and Pereira will test that leg. And I believe he will compromise Jamal Hill and put him away third or fourth round. That's my pick for the main event. And I want people to understand Alex Pereira, after winning this fight, will catapult himself into elite MMA greatness. Anyways, that's how I see UFC 300 playing out. I think this is the greatest card ever put together. I commend Dana and the UFC for putting this card together under immense pressure and not having, some of the fighters that should have been available. Looking forward to it. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, like, subscribe, share. I appreciate it. Peace.